What's up, everybody? We're back here on Medicine Creek today, and I just thought I'd kind of switch things up a little bit. I think I was supposed to do a whole Mocker video today and then Medicine Creek on Friday, but I had all the files switched over to this map and mods and stuff, so I decided to just go ahead and do the Medicine Creek today, and then we'll do Homakra for Friday. But as you can see, there's been a few changes here. I've done quite a bit of work, actually. Let's see, what am I even up to on number of hours? I'm at like 71 hours on the map total. So we're getting there, getting up there. You can see here I've got this John Deere bucket with this rake looking thing on it, claw I guess. And that's kind of handy for picking up bales of hay or straw. So that's kind of come in handy. And this bucket, you can see it's kind of neat too, because it's the paint's wearing off on there. Looks kind of cool. Anyway, let's see. Then over here, of course, the last video I believe you saw me put down this total mixed ration deal, and I've been adding hay, silage, and straw to it. And we're up to, of course, I've unloaded quite a bit, but we're up to what, 119,324. So it'll hold a good bit. I think it'll hold close to, I think 1.5 million maybe or something. It goes way up there. So that's been going pretty good. Let's see what else here. So you saw last time, I think maybe it was last time we uncovered all this silage. Now I'm working on some more. These are just straight grass clippings. So all this back here, I've mowed this a couple, 3 times, something like that, and just used the this collection wagon thing here to pick up just the straight grass and dump it in there. Okay, let's look at the map, because there have been some changes here. Alright, so of course we already owned fields 2 and 13, and I think 11 was in the last video, but up here we also had purchased this field 60, and this right here I was using for cutting hay, grass, whatever. I think I was using it just for hay. Those are pretty far away from the from our farm, so I decided to sell those. And then at the same time I had field 11 planted in canola, and the canola prices are just like through the roof. I mean, look at that, right? That's where I was taking it, was the Galt, and I was getting $1,261 per, I believe that was per thousand. I think that's right. It can't be per liter. I think it was per thousand. And I racked up some money. I mean, I had over $200,000. And so in that time frame, when I sold those 2 spots up there, and then I bought field 14 and some other equipment, which we'll look at here in a minute. But I also bought this field number 1 and planted in corn. And what I'm planning on doing with that is all this corn that I harvest, I'm gonna wait for it to get fully ready to harvest, and that's going towards our cows. So our cows here, of course, you put in the total mixed rations and grass and hay and all kind of stuff, and corn. It takes all kind of stuff, and then of course in here you got your straw on the ground, and then water. Now I did upgrade, well, I guess not upgrade, it's not a good word. I did buy some more cows. Let's look at those. So we're up to 12, and I've got a couple of black ones, 3 black and whites, 4 browns, and 3 brown and whites. And they're doing pretty good. Productivity is up to 99%. We got some milk, slurry, and manure going on. We got this one here in about, well, unless I buy some more cows, but unless, here in about 285 hours, or let's see, what's that roughly? Maybe about, that'd be 10 days, I guess, something like that, 10 and a half, 11 days. Should have another cow. But I'm probably going to end up buying some more here pretty soon. I think I want to get up to 16. I don't know how many this barn here holds or whatever. I imagine it's probably, if I had to guess, I'd probably say 20 to 50, maybe to 100, but I don't think it probably hold that much. We'll find out, I guess. But so I would like to get up to 16. So I'll buy 2 more of these, 1 more, and then 1 more, and then I'll get us 4 each, and that should be pretty good. I've been keeping the total mixed rations full. I did dump in some corn because I had some in the silo over there, but I didn't have much, so you can see it's kind of down. That's why I planted the field over there in corn. The soybean straw, I guess I'll just have to plant one of my fields in soybean. I don't know. And I might do that for just like 1 rotation, then go back to the canola because canola's killing it right now. The cotton's pretty high too. You can see, let's see, go over here. So there's canola right there, and then the cotton is way up there. But of course you have to have specialized equipment and stuff to do all the cotton. But anyway, that's been kind of fun, keeping track of the cows and all that good stuff. Looking at stats, we've got quite a few worked hectares now. Let's see, quite a bit of fuel used. Driving distance, we've driven 812 miles. Just lots of good stuff here that you can look at. Alright, so let's look at the new equipment that I've got. Let's just start right here since we're here. I did get this little milk trailer. I think it holds 8,800 liters, and we're only up to like 1,200 or so on the milk, so still got a ways to go before I can fully utilize that. But I'll wait until it maxes out, I guess, and then I'll empty it. I did get an auger I haven't even tried this yet, but when I get my corn harvested across the road over there, I'm hoping to bring it over here and dump it in there, and then we'll start to fill up that silo. Let's see, we looked at the bucket. I'm not sure if I had this the last video or not. I just got this little silage roller. I did upgrade the mowing equipment. Let's go look at that. It's back down here. Okay, so before I had this windrower and that mowing deck back up there we saw. I have now upgraded to a bigger windrower and some bigger mowing equipment. One of these days I'd like to upgrade to the Krone Big M. Let's see, I guess that would be under mowers. So we'll get this eventually. The thing I like about this is it's got a pretty wide cut. It's only 9.9 meters, but it windrows it all at the same time. So it cuts it, windrows it. So we could potentially get rid of both of these windrowers. That'll give us some extra money. Let's see. I know there's at least 1 or 2 other pieces of equipment we need to look at. The plow. I think I did upgrade to a bigger. Did I? No, that's right. I still got that one plow right there. It's the cultivator I had upgraded to, but I think y'all saw that. All right, let's look at the corn, see how it's doing. Looks like we need to put down some herbicide. We got weeds everywhere. So I will work on that pretty soon. Let's see. Still got our same truck. I want to upgrade that eventually to something else because that's the one by Expendables, and it's got a really loud jake brake on it, and it just kind of drives me crazy. Let's see. I already had those. All right, so the big one. Here is the big boy. I bought this big tractor. This is 8970 tuned, so I believe it's running about. Let's look and see here. I want to say it's about 400 and something horsepower. Yeah, so the 8970, 480 horsepower, but I think that's fully maxed out. No, I guess not. That's the base model. So I went with the 8970 tuned, I believe. I believe that's what I went with. And it's 500 horsepower. So I just wanted something a little bit bigger to be able to pull the bigger equipment, because there was some things that we own. Let's look here in the garage. And I think it's under leased. Yeah, this big cultivator right here requires 500 horsepower. So we needed something big to pull that. And then it handles the seeder pretty well too, this big seeder. The other tractor would handle it, but this new bigger tractor does a really good job with that. And then of course this big windrower, of course that only requires 145 horsepower, but bigger tractor, the better and faster it's going to go. I think that's it for equipment. I did buy a weight in case I was needing some weight on the back end. Then I think y'all have probably seen that before. I got this little water tanker. But yeah, this is the big bad boy here. Alright, so I've got a course play route set up. You can see all the different courses there, the different rows. And I was doing some seeding. We're planting canola. You can see at the bottom right there, canola. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit drive course and get him started. Or get her started. Alright, so that's going. And I usually leave these, when I'm just playing by myself, I usually leave these course play lines on, because sometimes when it gets down here to the end, and I've got 3 headlands on this thing, but these trees right here are so close, even with 3 headlands, sometimes the tractor will swing out when it's making its turn and it'll get stuck in these trees. So I just leave them on so I know where to kick back off whenever I unstick him from the trees. But anyway, there's that. Let's see. Let me think here. Liquid fertilizer. Now, what did I do for the herbicide? I'm trying to remember if I used this or if I used... I can't change that. What did I use? Let's see, that's lime. And that's for just collecting grain. I can't remember what I'd used now. Well, let's look and see what we got here. Got weeders. Yeah, I can't remember if I used one of these, or if I just leased it and used it, or if I actually went. I think I went with a herbicide though. Oh, I know what I did. I just leased one of these. Okay, yeah, that's what I did. So I just, I think it was actually this one right here. I leased it, and I went and filled it up with the herbicides. I think let's do that again, because I don't plant that often. I mean, eventually we will, you know, buy one. I can't afford it right now, obviously, but let's just lease that. And then we'll use this tractor right here, I think. Yeah, the other one's got all that on there. Well, let's get this back up to the house anyway. And it's just about dark too, so probably won't get started on that today. I'll let that big tractor run though, but this weeding stuff and herbicide application, I'll let it go. Probably next time. Yeah. And I'll probably be having another time-lapse video or two, and then come back and talk about some updates and changes and stuff. Yeah, I was actually kind of wanting to run seasons, but I had started the game save without seasons being in there, and then I just Didn't realize that once you start it without seasons, I don't think you can add it in there. At least it didn't work for me. And this tractor right here is starting to get some hours built up on it. You can see we're up to 43.3. Alright, so let's go pick up that herbicide applicator. And we'll fill that thing up with some herbicide, and I'll have that ready to go for next time I play. Yeah, probably the next time I run and sell a bunch of canola, I'll probably end up buying this right here. Because I think for right now, we may have enough land. I may buy one more tract of land somewhere small and plant soybeans just so I can have some soybeans. Oops, I forgot to get the herbicide. Just so we can have some soybean straw for the cows. I tell you, the grass sure does grow fast on this non-seasons thing. Everything really, I guess, kind of grows pretty quick. Alright, so the herbicide I believe is right here. Yep. Alright, so a little trick I do is I just don't fill it up very much, because whenever I run course play, it'll buy it for me as I need it, and that way I'm not spending a ton of money up front, and I'm going to return this anyway. So what I'll do is before it actually finishes the course play, I'll manually drive it so it'll run out and be empty. But like I said, we'll finish that up another time. I'm not going to start this today. Look at all those weeds. Alright, so that'll be there for me later. And let's check on our tractor. Alright, so he's, is he about finished? I think he's about done. I think there's some spots I need to go back and hit, but I think this guy's about done. No, wait a minute. No, he's still got a lot to go. That's right. I can see now. Oh yeah. Still got a few rows to go. It's getting there though. And let's see, let's check on the corn. How we're doing there. Alright, so we're still in about probably the first stage of growth there. Maybe the second. You can see that one's a little bit lighter than this one, I think. Oh, I didn't talk about field 14. Let's go look at that. Let's go look at field 14. And that is filled up. Let's go ahead and empty that a little bit. They don't need much because I just filled it up not too long ago. Alright, let's actually I should have went the other way. Because there is no good way to get in there from the road, which is exactly why I bought it. Alright, the best way to get in there is right through this little gap right here in the trees. Alright, so this, I don't know what this was before, but corn maybe? Is that corn? It could be corn, can't remember. Oops. Oh yeah, I also added the heavy lift mod in. Yeah, so I planted all this in grass, so we just have an extra field of grass or hay that we can make. And the thing I don't like about it though is it's got this little row of trees in between here. And one thing I haven't even tried yet. I heard you can't do this, but let's see. Let me get a chainsaw. Yeah, see, for some reason it's not letting me cut that. So that's kind of a problem. Well, and I did get a notification there just briefly. Oh, okay, well it did let me cut that one. I think. Yeah, it's cut. That's kind of weird though, it wasn't on the tree itself, it was like out next to it somewhere. Huh. That's kind of weird. Why is that tree not falling over? Ah. Uh-oh. Yeah, see, they got something weird going on with these trees. I'm not sure what's up. I'll have to look at this in Giants Editor and try to figure it out. But there is some kind of collision issue or something with these trees. It's really weird. Anyway, you can't cut these trees, and so that's kind of a bummer because I'd like to open all this up and be able to mow it all once and windrow it and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, I may go in Giants Editor and try to remove those trees. I don't think removing the trees would affect the game save. The bushes you can plow over and replant with grass, but anyway. Alright, well, I kind of caught us at a bad time with it starting to get dark, but I did want to kind of go over a few things that we've accomplished since the last video. And I guess, well, since the last video and then the last time I was actually talking in the video. I like doing the time lapse, it's kind of fun. It's pretty easy to put together, except for just finding music all the time. But and this truck should be able to haul that milk tanker, so when the time comes we'll be able to go sell it. And the prices are pretty good actually, I think. Alright, well, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, we're just continuing to build up and up. Got more land, more cows, bigger equipment, more equipment. And as soon as I get this canola grown and harvested down that way on field 11, I'm going to be upgrading probably to a weeder sprayer. Maybe some other stuff, you know, we'll have to see. Probably some more land. I may look at... let me look here. I like field 3 because it's close, but it's not very big. But it's pretty expensive. Well, at least for that one, you know, $83,000. Yeah, I'd love to have field 12, but golly, that's quite a bit of money there. Field 19 is not too bad, only 53,000. Let's see, some of the other ones are quite expensive, I think. I like to stick somewhere close. Maybe field 18 might be good too. 18 and 19. That may be one of our next ones. I could do either one of those in soybeans. Field 5 is not terrible, but I'd like to stay, you know, kind of right in this area to start with. Now, eventually, I would like to buy, I believe it's this one right here, because it's got that big dairy barn on there. We'd actually have to truck or build some other stuff there to take care of the cows, but that would be kind of neat. I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, like I said, hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. The next video is going to be on Hamakra. See you later.